how to make a fire for people who don't know how to make a fire. These is also for kids to learn how to make a fire if you're ever out in the woods. Very important skill to have. Step 1 is to collect dry small sticks or twigs like these. Any size is useful, but you want the small around stuff. Also, make sure it's dry. Step 2, you want to gather some bigger stuff. These are useful as well. It's best to have all your supplies before you make the fire, but if you're skilled and fast enough and you have the resources around you, you can build it by lighting these on fire before you get the bigger stuff. It's just more difficult. Step 3, grab some bigger stuff like some logs. I ain't gonna get those because they're over there right now, and I'm just too lazy to get up. And I'm not even making the fire until later tonight, so it's fine. First thing you want to do is make a bed for the fire. This may sound really stupid. In fact, most people probably don't call it a fire bed, but I do because it makes sense. You're making a bed-shaped thing. It's okay to use some of the big stuff, but really you want your medium small stuff. So like stuff like this is good, stuff like that, but these really small stuff, you can use them, it'll help. If that's all you got, you know, you're gonna have to use it. But it's better if you have the bigger stuff for the bed. It doesn't have to be too big. Oops, breaking a lot of stuff up. Normal length is about this. So there you go. I don't know if that helps. And you just basically lay all these out into a bed formation. So you got that. Next step. Put your smaller stuff going the other way. Obviously, there's more than one way to build a fire. This is just the way I do it most of the time. You don't have to do it my way. It's optional. The reason why you do this is to keep the embers on the bottom so you can relight your fire if it ever goes out for some reason. But hopefully it shouldn't. In fact, it shouldn't at all. But you never know. Now, at this point, if you're going to use something like cardboard or fire starter, you're going to want to put that on top of this. Good idea. Or you should have put it down and then put your bed on top of that. But in my case, I don't have any fire starter right now. It's in the inside. We'll probably destroy this structure to get the fire starter set up, which can be cardboard, paper, anything that burns really well. You don't need it though, it's completely optional. Take your biggish stuff like this, and you can start kind of building around your bed. Like I said, make sure you use dead stuff. I'm using semi-dead stuff. Leaves are dead. The branch, as you can see, is alive. This would not be good for a fire, and it will take you much longer. If I touch this, I get my fingers a bit moist, so don't use these. If you can, there's an option. So it's gonna be kind of hard in the winter to find dry stuff. The surface doesn't matter, the inside matters, remember that. So if you dig in the snow, you might be able to find some good stuff. Just make sure to dry the surface off. That way it's a bit easier when you're trying to start the fire. Alright, so one thing you don't wanna do, and yes, I'm still in the process of building this. One thing you don't want to do, a lot of people think is a good idea, is to get dead grass and put it on top. And what I mean by dead grass is I mean this stuff. People think, oh yeah, that's going to burn really well. Well, you're right and you're wrong. It's great if you need a quick light source that will smoke a lot for about 20 seconds, which is almost never. You never need that. This is an example of why you don't want to burn grass. This is nothing. The smoke is nothing compared to what it could be. As you can see, my phone screen is black. That was really weird. But this is what will happen if you try to do that. Obviously, this is an extreme example because we used a bunch of grass. But even a tiny, littlest amount of grass won't completely burn and will just smolder, which is a good thing, but can also be a bad thing. And most of the time, it's a bad thing. You don't want that. To get this fire, what we did is we laid a long log this way, a long log this way, and then a long log this way, and a long log this way, and then we put another one right in the middle. As you can see, We got lucky. We used newspaper to light it by putting the newspaper in the middle of that square thing I was building earlier at the bed. And now we got this really good fire that we're going to cook s'mores over for the family tonight. So that's the end of the fire. I know I kind of skipped the last part when I was lighting it and stuff, but that's kind of hard to film anyway, so sorry about that.